Okay, we're going to sew the threading machine. So first and foremost, you need to take the spool holder off the spool pin. You need to take your spool of thread and put it through the center, putting the spool cap back on. Okay. You will go then behind our first thread guide. If you follow the arrow, you go behind that. Then you will go and follow the numbers. There's a number 1. So you'll take your thread and go down the little crease in the machine. There'll be a number 2. So, and it goes up. So you just drag your thread and go up through the next crease. This is the thread take-up. You must go through the thread take-up. In order to do this, you take your thread and you just go back behind and you pull it. When you pull it, it has to go through that hole. Very important. If your stitch does not take, it's probably because your thread take-up was not caught. Make sure you go through that hole. You're going to go back down the crease that you just went up. Now, number 4, if you look, it has kind of a little part where it jets out. Underneath, there's a little arm right here. You're just going to go back behind that arm so that it holds the thread in place. Okay? You are then going to take it back behind this, and I kind of call that the right arm because it's angling out towards the right. So make sure you catch that right arm, and then you need to catch the left arm. We call those thread guides. There's a little piece right here that sticks out, okay, right here. So I would take my thread and just go back behind that left arm. What that does is it holds the thread directly in front of the needle. If I was to go from here and put it in through the needle, can you hold this? You'll have a big gap right here where I can put my finger. I don't want that. So we have to make sure we go through that thread guide back there, and that's going to hold the thread right to the needle. Okay. So next you have to go through the eye of the needle. You're going to take your thread and go from front to back. So you would go through the eye of the needle and bring it through the machine. If your thread is frayed, like this is, let me get me some shears. All you need to do is take some shears and cut the end so that the frayed part goes away, and it'll make it a lot easier to get through the eye of the needle. Again, you have to go from front to back. You need to bring what I call the tail off to the left of the machine. Kind of hold this piece so that it doesn't get tangled up. And so now you have the top part of your machine threaded. It just goes right over to the left-hand side of the machine.